The pirate tales are in full swing here in Seasonal Plunder. Previously, we learned the truth about Mithrax and his pirate lord upbringing, Nezarec on the moon, and the dark relics scattered across space that were once a part of him. This week, we get some new revelations though, who the mystery third party is, Drifter's truth and conversations with Eido, and some secret plans that may be emerging with Eramis very soon. Welcome on in, Guardians. Let's recap this week's story for Season of Plunder Week 6. To jumpstart it this week, the Drifter begins by speaking to us about the Relics. It turns out he's known about them all along, no surprise. And it's even really cool that he references the artifacts in Old Friend's lore card, where it stated that he visited that fourth tomb of Nezarec. He speaks about it here. So Drifter's known, and he even says that Eris believes they could use these relics for good. I'm sure we'll learn more about that in the coming weeks.
Hey there, hero. I heard you parlayed with Eramis, and she hit you with some heavy truths. Mythrax used to be a bad guy. Can you believe it? Wait till I tell Crow. I know Eido's pissed because her dad didn't tell her about it. Makes sense, but it don't shake me. Mithrax, he's just a fella who done something he ain't proud of. And that I understand. Which reminds me. Long time back, I found myself at the fourth tomb of Nezarec. Recognized these relics the first time I saw one. That's why I needed you involved. Ain't nobody I trust with that kind of power more than you. Well, after Eris, she gave me some ideas that might help Mythrax use these things for good. Whatever he does will show us just what kind of person he is. If we can stop Eramis from finding the last few relics and killing us all. So, get on that.
From there, we set out on our adventure once more, clearing expeditions and catch-crash pirates to slow Eramis's advance. If she gets the relics, of course that's no good, she's following the witness. This brings us to this week's pirate hideout, the Coward, where the mystery third party from the previous weeks is finally revealed to us.
This one can hardly be called a pirate lord. He's named Frisk. Just a drag in too deep to know he's already dead. My associates have given me concerning information. Our interlopers may have found this one first. Find out who's after my goods. Whispers of medicine. Well, he was lucky to have lived this long. Personally, I stay away from these Lucent Hive. I don't trust anyone that loyal. Clear them out. So, our enemy finally steps into the light, so to speak. The Lucent Hive is searching for the relics, and Eramis's crews are overwhelmed. How interesting. These relics just became more valuable. Demand, it seems, is very high. Luck was on our side this time. But now these pests stand in our way. Oh, how unfortunate for them.
So yeah, the Dreg Coward is dead and the Lucent Hive are the third-party invaders. In the Dreg's place at the end in the boss room, we see a Lucent Hive wizard and take her down. So this is kind of crazy to think about. Now we have 1, Eramis, 2, the Lucent Hive, and 3, our pirate crew, all hunting for these relics at the same time. You may be asking, what would the Lucent Hive want with these? And some of the characters this week ask that. And don't worry, I'm already making another video on this topic that'll be out in the next couple of days. Let's just say First Ghost Imaru may have something to do with it.
Your latest mission unearthed another intercepted transmission. It seems pertinent to our research.
Do not open the relic under any circumstance. I don't care if the whole Lucent brood is outside. The darkness inside would dissolve you before you could ever wield it against the Hive. Only beings of extraordinary fortitude can withstand its energies. And we both know you're less than that. Retreat and fortify your defenses. Protect the relic at all costs. Reinforcements are on the way.
Back in the Elixni Quarter, Eido speaks to Drifter about these events, about the motive of the Lucent Hive, and if she could forgive her father.
I wanted to speak with you, Jermaine.
Whoa! What kind of books you been reading? It's been Drifter for a long while now.
Drifter, then. You have kept secrets from us since the beginning. It is unkind to withhold knowledge.
Unkindness was never my aim. Apologies, sister.
Accepted. Do you have any insight as to why the Lucent Hive are interested in the relics?
Power is freedom, and everybody's chasing it, from the biggest freaky moth monster to the lowest space pirate.
But while the Lucent Hive are loyal to Savathun, the pirates enjoy a startling degree of freedom already. They are not constrained by office or honor. They are ruled only by their own desires.
Yeah, it might look that way from the outside, but they've got to fight for everything they get. That's just survival. A meal and a bed that don't come at the end of a blade? That's freedom.
You are drawing a comparison.
Me? Look, I get it. Walking away from folks can feel like freedom. If no one's relying on you, there's no one to disappoint. No one to be disappointed by.
Now you are speaking of Mythrax. I do not judge him for who he was, but he treated me like a hatchling.
Can't really blame him for not wanting to discuss it. Shame's a hard thing to shake. Harder if you have to share it.
You are saying I should forgive him.
That's your call, sister. I'm just saying, I get it.
Eramis seeks freedom for our people. But her freedom is vengeful. She wishes to be free from her shame. She will sacrifice Elixni lives in its pursuit, and it will never end. Thank you, Drifter.
You know, I don't hear that enough.
Mithrax of the Hollow Projector further speaks about his pirate past and that he let his daughter down. Despite those mistakes though and secrets he would rather have kept, he will make it up to her and promises that to us as well.
I greet you, Guardian. I wished to speak to you earlier, but I did not have the words. I will not apologize, as I believe the secrets of my old life were mine to keep. But I do regret. I am ashamed of my cruelty, of the things I did, the people I hurt. I thought I left it behind. But the old Mythrax is still within me, and now he has hurt my daughter. I have hurt my daughter. I must set it right. I was a killer, but I am a kill. I will prove to you which title I deserve.
Eido this week says Eramis wants freedom from her people, but is going about it the wrong way with the witness. If Eramis would just join our side, things may actually work out for her. The Eliksni could reunite, form together again in a positive way, but this isn't the case.
Eramis, I greet you in the light. I wish that you could greet me in the same. You told my father that we need not be enemies. This is still true. But we will always be your enemy if you serve the Witness. I do not know what it has promised you. An Eliksni reborn, Eris restored. Did it promise us a future? But I ask, do you strive for our future? Or do you flee the whirlwind? The Lucent Hive and the Witness both pose a great threat to the Eliksni. But there is no greater threat to us than when we fight against each other. This division will destroy us completely. You remember the whirlwind. I do not. But I believe that the greatest treasure we lost was unity. I called for our parley because you believe this too. You will say that House Salvation will bring unity through the destruction of our enemies. But that path does not end, Eramis. You will never find what you are seeking. You will never undo the legacy of the whirlwind.
It's really great to see Bungie connecting some of the in-game plot points to those former lore cards. Drifter mentions that fourth tomb and that he's clearly aware of what these relics are. And next to that, his Hive acolyte-eyed girlfriend Eris has some plans for them, which is also quite secretive at this current moment. As we head toward the end of this season, we have a couple of things to tie up with Eramis, learn the power and outcome of the relics, and also Mithrax's relationship with Eido. Those things all gotta be cleared up. Spider's scam is also another one. It's kind of the same this week. He acknowledges that we're going head to head with him to stop him in his little game here, and Eido continues to block and jam his signals. So with all of that being said, let me know your thoughts about this season's story in the comments below and where you think it might head next. If you missed previous weeks, I've covered all of those and we'll be recapping the rest of Plunder's story just like this, so if you are new, be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, Guardians, and I'll catch you all in the next video.